All right, we're here at the first annual BeerBQ tournament, and what we're going to do is we're going to work our way through these beers. We've got our panel of judges, which we'll introduce you to here shortly, and we're going to work through Guilford Golden versus Old Hickory Hickory Stick. This is Lone Rider Shotgun Betty versus Full Steam's Hogwash. Then up here on the top we start with the Duck Rabbit Barley Wine Ale versus Mother Earth Brewing Company's Sister of the Moon. And then we go down to Big Boss's Angry Angel versus Green Man's Porter. And that's going to be the first round of playoffs. We're going to score it, we're going to pair it against our barbecue, and then we're going to move to the next round and see who is ultimately the championship. All right, I'd like to introduce our judges. This is the official first round. We have expert judges this time around. Obviously we have the world famous Rick Scott, barbecue aficionado, regional state traveler, traveler nationwide. We have Charlie Brinson, food blogger. Charlie, give us a little introduction about yourself and why you're an expert.
Well, my name's Charlie. I live here in Greensboro, and basically I run a food blog called Eat It North Carolina. We concentrate on restaurant reviews all across the state, and also we review beer and pretty much anything related to food, beer, wine, and just try to get as many people on the site as we can.
So this is right up his alley, right up his alley.
All right, now we have Laurelyn. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about your background, your history, and what you're going to bring to the judges' table.
Okay, well, I'm a singer and a songwriter. I write songs about this part of North Carolina, and it's Friday afternoon, and I like to drink beer and
Qualified.
Well said.
What brings you?
Well, you know, I'm actually the tournament director, so that really kind of qualifies me, on the front end. But
What is your blazer?
No, I really am I'm a barbecue aficionado. I'm originally from Virginia, but I've been, indoctrinated to North Carolina barbecue, and I've always liked beer. So this is a great combo, and get ready for the judging to begin.
Judges were asked to drink beer and eat barbecue and rate them in the four following categories: compatibility, crushability, aftermath, overall ambiance, and score them on a scale from 1 to 5. 1 being terrible, 5 being outstanding. Compatibility is basically how well does the beer go with the barbecue? Does it create a third flavor profile? Crushability could also be seen as drinkability or ease with which to imbibe. Aftermath would be the aftertaste, any buzz or positive physiological effects that you got from drinking the beer and eating the barbecue. And then finally, overall ambiance is the flavor, the feeling induced, the nostalgic taste, or the overall pleasure factor. And that's how we got the final scores for the championship rounds.
Okay, so basically in round 1, we're starting out with a stout and a lager. Isn't that correct? Yep, they're pretty far apart on the scale, wouldn't you say, Charlie?
Yeah, definitely completely apart, but at the same time, they're both great beers.
Yeah, this is kind of like, I would say, Duke versus State.
Yeah, you could go with maybe Duke versus like a community college in North Carolina. I don't know, but just on the power of it.
Let's go. Let the judges begin. I'm scoring this, giving the Guilford Golden a 16. Hickory Stick, I'm giving it a 12.
Mine was it was a 13-13 tie. Guilford Golden ended up getting a 4 compatibility because the bitter taste, it kind of matched well with the vinegar. The crushability was a 4 just because, you could sit outside all day long, sit on a porch, eat barbecue, and just drinking this beer. It's a fantastic kind of tailgating beer. The Aftermath was a 2. You can't really get too drunk on this, but unless you have about 8. The overall ambiance, I'd say 3, and so it evened out to a 13. Then the Old Hickory Stick, got a 3 on compatibility just because it was very dark and kind of matched smokiness of the barbecue. The crushability is a 2 because you can't pound it stout unless you're really good, and I'm not that good. The Aftermath 5 just because it's so potent, you're done. And the overall ambiance 3 because it's good for sipping, but not really a good matchup for eating a lot of food with. So, and we're eating a lot of barbecue here, so
I gave the Guilford Golden an 18 and the
Hickory stick
a 9 because it's just too much for me with barbecue. If I'm going to eat barbecue, I want something nice and easy to wash it down, but that's too many flavors going on.
And I'm gonna give you my score. Natty Green 16, Old Hickory 13.
We're deep into competition right now, and we're going Shotgun Betty versus Full Steam's Hogwash in a pairing with the barbecue. Let's get ready to rock.
But the Shotgun Betty, besides having a great name, for me, again, because I want to eat a lot of barbecue, and so I don't want a lot of heaviness in the beer. And the Shotgun Betty is light, but it also has, it's almost like a little fizzy or something, right? It has like a little something that makes you want to just drink the whole thing really fast, you know? So I really liked it. Oh, it's crushability. Right, okay.
Those are those bubbles.
I gave it a 19, and the Hogwash, I liked better than I thought I would because it does really go with it. So it got a high compatibility score, but otherwise it's just too heavy for me. So that gave me 13.
Okay.
All right. For me, the Lone Rider Shotgun Betty won out over the Full Steam Hogwash 14-12. The Shotgun Betty, I'm not really a Hefeweizen fan, but it actually matched up really well with the barbecue, and it's something you can drink a lot of, just kind of going and drinking. I mean, I think it'd be good with like an orange or something in there too. The Aftermath, I mean, I give it about a 3 just because after a couple you can get a little tanked on it, and the Ambiance just a 4. I mean, it's a good beer to match up with the barbecue. The Hogwash had like a tobacco kind of smoky flavor to it. I don't think I could drink another one of those. I'm not gonna lie. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got my scores reversed from Charlie. I'm going with a 12 on the Shotgun Betty, and I'm going with a 14 on the Hogwash. The Shotgun Betty, I think it's crushable. I mean, you can really drink it. Aftermath is about average. I mean, you'd have to drink a few of these things to really start feeling kind of a buzz. Overall ambiance, I gave it a 3. The Hogwash, I gave it a slightly higher score. I couldn't drink a lot of them, but it definitely has a unique flavor. So if you're really interested in having kind of a unique flavor, I highly recommend the Hogwash, and it goes very well with our barbecue. So I gave it a 14 overall.
All right, Rick, final words.
I like to say, first of all, this is not about catching a big buzz, Ryan. This is about tasting beer, eating barbecue, all right? Let's just get that out there. But
So
if you,
can I drink yours?
but I'm gonna keep mine kind of short and sweet. I had Hogwash with a 16, Lone Rider with a 13. It really was closer than that. I like the Lone Rider. I think actually Charlie made a good point with the little orange slice in there. The acidity might go good. We have a little bit of lemon juice in our sauce, in our Eastern style. I think if you had just a little more citrus to kind of pair with that, I think it would probably it'd be very good together. Anyway, I'm a fan of the Hogwash from a sipping standpoint, from a compatibility standpoint. Would I sit down and drink a 6-pack of it? No, but I think I'm going to give this one a Hogwash just because I think it's for the uniqueness of it, and I think as you're eating it, as you're drinking it, actually together, it's a good pairing. I'm going to go with Hogwash.
In this first round, we had Guilford Golden, took it over Old Hickory Stick, and Shotgun Betty is advancing as well. So it's going to be Guilford Golden versus Shotgun Betty in the North Carolina barbecue pairing in the semifinals. Quince, starfruit, sage. I went with the Duck Rabbit on this one. It was Duck Rabbit versus Sister Moon. The Duck Rabbit, I mean, I really liked it. I thought it had a unique compatibility with our barbecue. It created a third flavor, if you will. So when you're eating the barbecue and you drink the Duck Rabbit, the barley wine, it created this third flavor, which I really liked. So it gets a score of 16. Sisters of the Moon, I really did like it a lot. Although it wasn't quite as strong, it was about 1 point off. So I'm going with Duck Rabbit.
Okay, Rick?
I'm going with the barley wine. It's a great taste with the barbecue. Love it. You don't have to have a crushability on this because it's got about 11.5 ABV on it. So one of these will make you feel like you've had about 4 or 5 other beers, so be careful. But it's a great flavor with the barbecue. I love IPAs. This is an awesome IPA, Sisters of the Moon from Mother Earth. In this competition, though, it didn't match up to Duck Rabbit's barley wine. Two great beers. I'm going with the barley wine.
Charlie.
All right, I am going with the barley wine as well, but it was a close one. 17-16. Duck Rabbit beat out Mother Earth. I mean, they're located within like 30 miles of each other. But, I mean, they basically got 4s across the board with the exception of Duck Rabbit getting the 5 on the aftermath. So just because of the higher ABV, I guess that's why they won. That's what I'm sticking with. Just we'll go with Duck Rabbit.
So this was easy for me. I wasn't a fan of the Sisters of the Moon, and I like the sweetness of the Duck Rabbit, so it was a clear winner. This was easy. Angry Angel. I don't know if I'd drink a whole lot of it, but it was easy to drink. But it didn't, unlike some of the other ones, it didn't really add a lot to it. It was sort of similar to like seltzer water or something. But the Green Man was too bitter for me with the flavor to the barbecue.
Okay, Charlie.
All right, the Green Man, I thought kind of took away a little bit from the taste of the barbecue. After I took a bite of barbecue and then took a sip of it, it kind of seemed to just more than wash it down. It kind of just ruined the taste, I guess, because it was a vinegar base and kind of matched up with that and kind of ruined a little bit. For the Big Boss Angry Angel, compatibility, a 4. I think it went really well just because it didn't take away the taste too much, because it's kind of it's a dry champagne tasting kind of thing. Crushability, I could probably drink 2 of these. Overall ambiance, I'll give it a 4 just because it's a good beer to match up with barbecue. So we definitely have Angry Angel winning on my side.
Okay, Ryan.
Again, I got it flipped. I've got Green Man Porter taking Big Boss in this one. So I'm going with Green Man on this round.
I'm going to go with the Kolsch Style Angry Angel from Big Boss. I think it's a great, very light, citrusy, grapefruit kind of flavor. I think it goes well with the acidity of the barbecue sauce. I think it's good. I like porter, and for every Angry Angel on this, I think it's great for barbecue.
All right, we started to move through these pretty quickly now, and the Duck Rabbit. And then we have the Angry Angel from Big Boss. All right, so this is what we're looking at. Final 4 moving into the finals. All right, we're in semifinal action here, and we've got a Guilford Golden versus a Lone Rider Shotgun Betty. Going with Guilford Golden, Natty Greens. Maybe I'm biased, I'm in Greensboro, but I gotta say, this is a better pairing with our barbecue than Lone Rider. It's moving on to the finals, Guilford Golden.
Okay. Marlon
You
Dust.
said it best. I agree.
Okay.
Ditto. Natty Greens, great. Guilford Golden wins. My vote.
Seems I've already lost. I'm going with the Shotgun Betty, only because it's a good beer, and I think it matches up great with the barbecue. It's kind of got that hoppy citrus kind of thing, but it's not even worth talking about anymore because I've already lost.
All right, we're in championship round. We've got Duck Rabbit Barley Wine versus Natty Greens Guilford Golden. I'm going to put my vote in right now. Natty Greens Guilford Golden is the winner of this tournament from my perspective in terms of pairing with our barbecue. Going with Guilford Golden all the way.
I totally agree. I really like the Duck Rabbit, but to imagine a big glass of that with my barbecue, I want to really enjoy my barbecue, and I would be too full for the Duck Rabbit. I love the Natty Greens.
The barley wine for me it really hits on point. It's got that sweetness and just kind of just says, you know, this is just a great combination. So I'm gonna go ahead and crown them champion, even though I can't crown them. So
Double champ? What?
yeah, my vote, barley wine, Duck Rabbit.
Guilford Golden is a great drinking beer. It goes well with the barbecue. You can have 2 or 3 or 4 of them. The barley wine is a better match with the barbecue. If you're having one beer with one plate of barbecue, I would have to say the Duck Rabbit barley wine would win for a beer-to-beer challenge. I think that leaves us basically at 2-2 on likability. That said, if you're having 3 beers, Guilford Golden wins. If you're having 1 beer, Duck Rabbit wins. You can't go wrong with either one. One's from Farmville, North Carolina. One's from Greensboro, North Carolina. One's from the Piedmont. One's from the East. What do you think, Ryan?
I mean, I think we're going to have to just go, you know, this thing went to double overtime.
We may have to take this to another panel. We might have to have another panel decide, but...
And we're dealing with Duck Rabbit and Guilford Golden, and that's where it stands right now. Unfortunately, this bracket may have just ended up in a stalemate.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having 2 beers, that's twice the beer.
This
right?
is like this is like the barbecue grudge match of the century.
This is like a new battle box right here. There you go. So you know, this has been fun. It's been great. Wow, it's been phenomenal.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.